Well, hello and welcome back to part 16 of the 2001 EVA pod build. Today we're going to actually start building some of the light boxes for the ceiling lights and getting those built so we can actually start lighting it up. So let's take a look. Well, okay, here we are getting ready to do some boxes for all these lights. I think for the clearance issue, I got plenty of room here. This is the tightest, these two. And these, I probably could go with the 6mm, but it's going to get hard to bend it. I could probably create the curve by just cutting a little bit, but there's a depth to the window clear part itself, and I think if I do this, this will give me just enough. That's going to give me like that much room. And still have, because there is a cone here from the exterior that's going to be somewhere close to. These get really close to the handles. I think they're on the front. Yeah. I mean, like real close. So. And minis, also the smaller, thinner ones, I can actually bend down a little bit to kind of meet the curve of the ship. It'll actually bend this way. So, what do I got to do? I think I have this piece cut here to where I can, I think these will grip it. Yeah, hopefully. I don't need to do it for a sec. I have this one cut for the back here. The fun part is going to be unless I just make a square box, I could do that too. But it's going to be to try to grip this. Yeah, that worked. And I can push down on that, so let's see if I can get some glue in there. Normally it doesn't take too long, but since we're bending at an arc, we're going to have a little bit of a springiness for a while. I could hit it up with some heat too, and that'll help it more form to this shape. We'll probably at least get some sides cut here. Probably easier to measure. 1.5 centimeters. See if that looks right. Exactly what it needs to do. Tulip in there to seal that. We can get the same thing to happen over here. We can take these off. I tried to pull a little bit of paint off there, but I don't think that cause too much problem because I'm going to run a red light in here. Instead of saying, let's go this way. Just to get it sticky enough that it'll stay. Here we're just going to take this. We got plenty of height. We're just going to wrap this around here. Say that's a good estimate. I think I'm going to want to overlap so I have a good glue joint, so I'm going to say right there. So I was just thinking about instead of making a butt joint, it'd be good to have it overlap a little bit. Sure if I'm going to put a little piece of paper in there as well. I'm not sure. Sorry about the AC noise, and that don't need to be running. It's really not that bad in here. Okay. Can't see what I'm doing, that's the problem. I don't have to go butt to butt on that end. There we go, because I can trim that later. I'm going to have to keep pushing that part down, but let's see what we can do. Those a moment to set up. Make sure nothing's coming through. And what we can do, get in here like this. Now. Go in there. But that's a good length, so we can start replicating. We need to cut 3 more of those. We need 4. once that sets, then we'll just bend and tack and bend and tack. I could even heat, run a little bit of a heat gun too. But let's first get these tacked. Just heating them up will make them a little more pliable. There's some extra. And we'll let those set, because otherwise we'll start bending. You see how they're launched out like that, sitting up high, but we can curve them down. Okay, let's do the same here as we did down there. Alright, I'm going to stop there for a minute. We'll let those cure. Grab a bite to eat while they cure, and then I think what I'm going to do is run the heat gun, or the dryer. Just make sure we didn't make a solid, still get a bend in that. Yeah, that looks good. How does it fit? Like a glove. There's like a little bit of a lip. It cones, and then it has a lip for the upper circle, and it's fitting just over that lip like I wanted it to. Well, I took a little break there. We'll come back and bend those, but I wanted to check out the door, see if we have any light leaks, and we don't. And it looks really good. So, no light leaks. Everything's shining that should be. So, very happy, especially that how all those explosion bolts came out. I keep my hairdryer over by my paint booth. It doesn't reach that far, so I'm going to be off camera probably heating these up. Let's see if this works. This might not even work, or it might not even be worth trying. To get rid of a little bit of the springiness. So that's going to be the way to go. So what we probably got to do is do like before, is get some down there first. And push. This will work. Make sure we have the it wants to spin. Maybe now would be a good time to hit it with the dryer to help it. Help get rid of the springiness of the styrene by heating it up. So there we have our walls. Like I said, this one's just going to have, I'm going to cut a little piece of paper in there to make sure these are closed. That's always a good thing. If they spill, it's like water. Sometimes faster than water, the way it moves. Like I said, these are just going to be SMDs glued right to the. I'll tack the wire somewhere down here. Okay, I found some paper. I think these probably should get this thicker paper. But what I might put in here is a thinner paper. And these red ones I'm not going to worry about. They're going to dim down with the, because I'm going to actually paint the LED strips with a little clear red, and that's going to dim them down. Oh, look at that. That's the size. These work great as spraying, like I use that to spray little dots on the Falcon. Same here to spray the little vents that needed a little shading. We'll make the full circle, and then we'll I think we're just going to cut them in half. Make them a half circle and then tack them. For now, I think this pen works. Or I can just make one circle, cut in half, and there's my that would be a smart thing to do. There's my 2 halves. And yay! Yeah, that mellows it out much more than what that is. At least the window cement will not tack the clear plastic. We'll do the same thing over here. There we go. And we still get great light coming through, but it's more of a blue than it was before. So now it's going to make it match more like the other windows that actually have a that's actually glowing through white plastic. Another thing you could do is just lightly mist some white paint there, but this is easier because I can adjust and change. You know, if this was too thick, I could have gone with a thinner, more transparent piece of paper. We're saying that was working for a lid. I think this will work for the inside, the 1.5, which then works really good. And this one here is just to give it a less blue clear plastic than the buttons. They just have a different look to them because they're a transparent blue painted clear piece of plastic over a transparent blue painted over a thin white plastic. So if I tack that, I think if I go the same way the LEDs go, And the good thing is, if it does, if this Windows cement does sneak its way down through, it'll just dry clear. I guess start making these lids. This is going to be easy. That's just going to be a, like I said, tape. I think now we'll glue the wire there, the light there. I think I might, again, take this circle on a bigger, no, just on the inner radius with some masking tape. That'll protect the LED from hitting the foil, and just do a foil tape right on the outside because the foil tape won't glow. Okay, I already did these side here. That was easy. There was actually a piece already the right thickness. I just had to cut it the right length. So that'll be for these. And now you just trace the other one and made two. Now we got to do this half moon shape. So what we can do there, these were straightforward. They were just, and like I said, there was a little piece right here that already was the right width. Some spare blue tape here that I never used. Well, I used, but I haven't reused. Let's see if this will work. It's not as much for, I can see through it. Enough to give me a rough drawing. If I cut a little big, we'll be good. Because the top can, there we go. There's our template. How we still look. Yep, like we're going to cover. So then we can just conveniently tape that onto there. You can even leave the tape even on there. Sometimes it's easy to just get it completely off this grid. But I try to make straight cuts, so I have more chances of using other pieces, because we still got to cut a round top out of that as well. But we can get rid of this. Come down here. This might be a good call for just take a razor blade and finish it up. All you gotta do is score it. It doesn't have to be beautiful. Clean that up a little bit. And we will be able to fit comfortably, yeah. A piece of LED strip there. Alrighty. Well, what do we decide on? That's 1 5/8. Will give us enough. So there we got our different tops. There's for the 3 red lights. Try to get you close possible to everything. First thing I'll do is come up here and actually cut her out of this, off this card. And there we go. And there's our little cap. We could have went a little bigger, but that's where that bump is from the overlapping it. It's pushed out a little bit because it's doubled up and it wants to stay straight. We can get some black starting to go on here and fill up these gaps, especially on this weird angle one. I think the clear part had a little angle in the plastic in the back. But yeah, we can seal those all up right now, so I don't need to bore you with that. And then I'm going to hit those with a little black spray can. I know this red side's going to be the one that wants to be up because that's the way it fits. So that, and the circle don't really matter, but these don't matter. So, but yeah, I'm going to start pre-light blocking, and then we'll start getting these. We'll come back and then we'll start attaching some LED strips. Already got 2 out for those. Need 2 for this, 1 for this. And then I'll get our little SMDs. So, see you shortly.